Hello, my friends, and welcome to our next camping adventure. Cheers to you, folks. Well, my goodness, it has been a long, warm week, but my friends, I am ready to get down to that campground. So with that being said, let's all get buckled up. Y'all grab a beverage of choice, get red going, and let's get down to that campground. You folks take care, and I'll see you when we get there. Ooh, no traffic. Let's go. All right, my friends, well, I just got red situated because I had to move some things around in the campsite. Holy catfish. They had the picnic, both the picnic table and the fire ring are right in pretty much the middle of the campsite. As you can see, well, if the camera can see that, the fire ring would have been a little bit close to red for my taste. But here's our view off the back end. And that's pretty nice. Oh my gosh. Well, my friends, I think we're going to get a couple things organized, and let's grab us a seat. All right, my friends, let's grab that seat. Well, put this where I'm not going to spit. That would just be horrible. Cheers to you, my friends. Well, we're done with that joker. Oh, I've just been sitting here kind of acclimating. It's cooling down. I can already feel it. Temperature's dropping. We started out probably about 86 degrees when we left, and it's cooling down now. And it's supposed to get down to, I think, close to 70 tonight, so that'd be pretty nice. But the important thing is the humidity is low today. Oh, that is a bonus, that's for sure. And I hear some of our neighbors. We do have some other campers in here that they're not too close to us, but I hear them from time to time. And we've had a lot, and we've got one right now. We've had a lot of these little sparrows coming in here, landing in our campsite and just tooling around on the ground. So I might get some footage of one of those in a little bit. But for right now, my friends, well, I do have to get a couple things set up in red before dinner. And oh, speaking of dinner, oh my gosh, I've been wanting some barbecue, so we're gonna make barbecued pork loin over the campfire. We're gonna do all our cooking over the campfire tonight. And I got a few little tips for that, and we'll get into that when we get closer to dinner. But my friends, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate y'all coming along on my little camping adventures. I truly do. I think this is going to be a nice one. So everybody out there, y'all take care, and we'll catch back up again about dinner time. All right, my friends, so I got everything drug out because it's getting close to 8 o'clock and I'm getting hungry. So we're going to get this little fire going here for our dinner. Check that. Just checking it for position. Probably shouldn't have done that with my hands. Whew. But we're going to be cooking over some charcoal tonight. Now the reason for that is so we can maintain an even temperature. That's kind of important with what we got going on. That looks pretty good. This is going to have to heat up, I guess, for a little bit, so we'll get this going. There we go. All right, now while that's doing its thing, I'll go ahead and get our, I guess, prep area set up to get that pork ready. Good. All right, my friends, let's get our fixings out here. Cornbread. Our pork loin, vinegar, the mustard. I might as well pull this out. This is our barbecue sauce for tonight. Let that kind of come up to outdoor temperature. I think we're good. Now, first thing we're going to do is get this pork loin ready. I have heavy duty foil here. Let's see, what size is that? I think that'll work. Now what I did last night was, and this is a small one, I just, individual size, but the technique works for bigger. But what I did was I took it, I marinated it, that's what I was looking for, in just some salt and pepper and some lime juice overnight. So let's get this joker out here. Set him on there. I'll set you to the side. Wipe my hands off. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I forgot the seasoning. Hold on. Sorry about that. I forgot I had this in a different container. And what we have here is just some Famous Dave's rib rub. So now we're going to get this joker prepped. So I brought some gloves for that. I brought 3 because sometimes these things just don't want to cooperate, like right now. Not sure what that noise is. And it broke. But I think it'll be effective. So I'm going to use some mustard as a little bit of a binder. If it'll come out. There we go. We'll start with that much. Get it all over it, not real nice. Looks pretty good. My dry hand here. And then we're going to put a rub on here. Get that in there real good. Sometimes you need 3 hands. There we go. Got it all nice and coated pretty well. We can get rid of this joker. It's coming apart anyway. There we go. And now for our white vinegar. What this does, it helps create steam inside this little packet we're going to throw over the fire. And it also helps a little additional tenderizing. So I brought, well, that much. We're not going to need that much. And we're on a slope here, so I have to be careful. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon in there. There we go. And we're going to seal this joker up best we can. And what we're going to do is we're going to toss this joker right over the coals, and we're going to look for, and I brought a meat probe, it's up in red still, to get it to about 145 internal. And once we hit that, then we can take it out of the foil and then put it right over to the heat and throw our barbecue sauce on there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put it on there for about 15 minutes, flip it for about another 15 minutes and check it, and then go from there. And this is going to be for our vegetables tonight, which we'll wait to put those on there. So I brought some green beans and sliced potatoes. All right, my friends, I'm gonna get this on the fire, and I'm gonna get a timer started and get it flipped here in about 15 minutes. Well, that's our first 15 minutes. So we're going to give this joker a flip. I can hear it sizzling in there. Pretty good. Ooh. And we'll go ahead and get those beans and taters prepped. So I'm just going to add some salt and pepper to them. Got most of them in there. Now these we're not going to put over the direct heat, but kind of adjacent, because it won't take these jokers long to heat up. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but I brought my own grate to set on top of the campfire grate, because I don't like cooking directly on those jokers. I've seen too many critters crawling across them. So here in about the rest of that 15 minutes, we'll check the temperature, and then we'll be ready to put some sauce on that joker. It's pretty peaceful, my friends. All right, my friends, well, our 15 minutes is come and went, and now for the tricky part. I have to adjust my chair here a little bit. Yep. But we were shooting for an internal temperature of 145, and we achieved that. Now, let's see if we can get it out of here without burning our fingers. Trying to be gentle here. Ah, perfect. Shoot, prop there. Now we're going to sauce it up. Now what I have here is some sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, just the regular Kroger brand, and I put in about a tablespoon of brown sugar in there too. This is somewhat of a process. And we're going to be liberal with it. There we go. And we're going to put that joker right back over the fire. And we're going to give it a flip or two and get that barbecue sauce to caramelize on there real nice. And then we should be ready to eat. Oh, and at this time, also, I'm going to move our green beans a little bit more directly over the fire. So it shouldn't be too much longer, my friends. Like I said, we're gonna let that sit there for a couple minutes, give it a flip. We're gonna coat it probably 2 or 3 times, but we're gonna get a nice caramelization on there, and then we'll be good to go. Well, I can hear it sizzling. All right, my friends, let's eat. The sun it's disappearing fast. Holy catfish! And I pulled this off the fire here and let it kind of rest here for a minute. Let's get in. Hopefully the beans got done. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Yeah, they're fine. Not too hot. I've had them sitting here cooling a little bit too. Let's go ahead and break some out. Trying not to make a giant mess. And some cornbread. Now this is just the Jiffy mix. Actually, I went with the honey cornbread. There we go. That cornbread's sticky. All right, let's tear into this joker here. It's a little slippery, so I'm trying to be careful not to shoot it off the plate. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. I think it's cooled down pretty good now. Let's give her a try. Big bite, sorry. Well, that came out pretty much perfect. Oh my gosh, it's still juicy in the middle. And I'll go over the reasonings behind how we cooked it here in a little bit. But right now, my friends, I'm starving. So I'm going to tear into dinner, and oh, it's going to be easy to get that campfire going. It's pretty hot, so all we got to do is drop a log in it and we're good to go. So we'll catch up directly. Oh. Oh, my friends, this came out fantastic. Holy catfish. Oh, it's just what I wanted. Oh. My friends, that was an excellent dinner. So I want to play with this fire here a little bit and then finish cleaning up our dinner mess.
It won't take much.
That should take right off. Oh, cheers to you, my friends. Got our mess all cleaned up. And now I've just about worked up a sweat. It is still a little warm out. But just all the back and forth between Red and the picnic table, get everything cleaned up. But oh my gosh, that dinner worked out so good. Holy catfish. I should have brought a sharper knife though. It's just an old steak knife I had that I carry around for camping. So I think I'll replace that joker. Oh, but the reason we cooked it that way, wrapped it up in the foil and then cooked it over the fire like that with the charcoal is, one, the charcoal, we can control that heat. In a campfire, that hot spot's going to move around on you. And we didn't have that issue. And having it foiled up and sealed with all the seasonings in there, it just sits there and steams in its own juices and pretty much cooks through. And then, because this isn't like a typical grill where you can have like a hot spot and a warm spot or this, that, and the other in a lid. So we have to work with what we got. But it is, that method is effective. That's for sure. I've done that many times over a campfire. And then once we hit that internal temperature, then we, that's the tricky part, getting it back out of the foil and then on the fire. And then you just put your barbecue sauce on there until it, you know, heats up real good, or caramelize it to get it to the point where you like. And my gosh, it comes out great. And one of the main reasons I do it that way, especially cooking over a campfire, especially if you got like a larger or a thicker piece of meat, it has a tendency to dry out. And this method, it does not dry out. Well, I'm sure it probably would if you left it on there for an hour and a half, but but 15 minutes on one side, flip it, 15 minutes on the other. I checked it, and the internal temperature actually hit about 162. So it was definitely done. There's no way around that. Probably could have taken it off the fire a little bit, or, you know, sauced it up a little bit sooner. But as a good rule of thumb, I typically go 15 minutes, flip 15 minutes. But I ramble on. My apologies, my friends. I'm just excited. I was looking forward to some nice barbecue, and boy, we got it. Cheers to you. It looks like we got some neighbors moving in. Well, my friends, that sun is, well, I would say it's setting, but we've got a lot of clouds that moved in. They said there was a threat of potential showers later tonight, so I think, you know, we might get some rain on us overnight. I guess we'll see how it goes. But everybody out there, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you coming along on my little camping adventure. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. And we've got distractions. What the devil? Oh, it's somebody pulling a boat. Oh my goodness. Well, my friends, again, appreciate y'all coming along and hanging in there this far. So I'm probably going to stoke this fire up here in a little bit and just let the night take hold, and I suppose I will see you in the morning. Ah. It's a nice morning. Ooh, hot. Good morning, campers. Cheers to you, my friends. And in all, it's a pretty nice morning, I would say, for this time of year. The humidity is still pretty low, but we don't have any real sun out right now. Everything is just grayed over. But maybe that'll help keep the humidity down for the day. Well, or so we hope. But outside of that, it's been pretty peaceful here this morning. Just been enjoying listening to the birds. And there's some doves and woodpeckers are out this morning. I don't know if the camera will pick that up or not, but it's been pretty nice. Oh, and last night was, well, yesterday in general was pretty nice since we had low humidity. I mean, it was warm, don't get me wrong, but boy, it was definitely tolerable. Oh, and I got to cook that barbecued pork loin over the campfire. Boy, I've been looking forward to that all week. Let me tell you, my friends. But in all, this has been a pretty nice trip, and it did cool down pretty good last night. We didn't, to my knowledge, it did not rain last night. I think it might have, there was a chance of it, but everything's dry this morning, and I didn't hear anything. But then again, I was asleep. But this has been a nice trip, just a chance to break away and get away from things for a while. Come out here and enjoy a little bit of nature. So my friends, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate y'all coming along on my little camping adventures. I truly do. This was a nice one. So my friends, here's to you. Well, I'm going to finish this coffee off before we get Red packed up and head back to the city. I'm in no real rush. So everybody out there, y'all take care. And as always, I'll see you soon.